Hello, everybody. Wonderful to see you back here. For the newcomers, welcome to be here. Just give me one. Okay. All right. Lovely to have you back. We are going to do psychic readings today, and we're gonna finish off with a Ziladian channeling, the Ziladian starseeds, towards the end. I'm Susie Valentine. I'm a psychic, Theta Healing, master instructor, and I also channel starseeds. All right, so we have quite a few questions from you that have been submitted. If you're here and you want to submit your own question, feel free to put it in the chat, and we will go through and answer as many as we can. All right. The first one, Richard. Regarding my Edu project, the options change now. It's volatile and the consciousness project. I want to go, hang on, and then it stopped. So hang on, I want to go on with that now more intensively as well. Are there recommendations for me how to create the highest added value for me as and creation? Let me have a look for you. Richard, I hear from Creator. Give a little bit more information about each of the projects into the chat. That would be really helpful. And then I will do a proper scan. I just hear from Creator more information. Okay. Just a little background information. The technique that I use is the Theta Healing technique. And I don't, and me, neither do the Ziladians. When we channel them later, we don't give advice and we don't diagnose. Yeah, so this is just opinions. And we scan your energy and we just let you know what we pick up from the energy that we're scanning. Okay, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Happy Easter. Thank you. Happy Easter to you all too. I hope you have a wonderful bank holiday weekend. May I have a psychic message from my teams of light, please? Thank you so much. Ascending Universal Butterfly, it would be helpful if you could be a little bit more specific. Let me just check into the energy and we'll take it from there. Okay, you don't need to be more specific. They actually have quite clear messages here for you. Right. Okay, first of all, they're very grateful and they're very loving towards you. There's like a really proud energy because it feels like you've been really taking action in alignment with the guidance they've been giving you. So they just want to let you know that you are hearing them and it feels like you're taking action based on like the guidance they're giving you. Now, sometimes you feel it's not going fast enough. And what they're saying is you need to have a little bit of patience because they're very good at planning ahead and they're almost like planting seeds, giving you a few messages, and then you expect direct results or directly things to move and shift. But for them, it's like, no, it's part of a longer term plan. Here are some seeds. You need to take a little bit of action and then you need to just be patient. And then they give you a few more seeds, a few more actions to take. And you need to be patient. And then that's the way how they kind of let things unfold for you and how they really align things for you. So the message from them is keep going the way you're doing. You are hearing them. No need for so much doubt. But allow patience to be there so that they can keep lining up things for you. Yeah? Okay. And they're proud of the work you're already doing. Hamal, let's have a look for you. My work situation is going up and down. When will it stabilize? And will I find a job which I enjoy and is stable? Let's have a look for you. Okay, your work situation is a little bit volatile and it goes almost like through a little bit of a roller coaster energy, like you're saying, up and down. what I'm really getting here is, why on some level, why are you attracting yourself into these kind of situations? Why are you attracting this kind of energy? Because what I'm seeing here quite clearly is there's certain lessons you're learning from it. There's certain lessons that your soul wants to learn, and there's certain awarenesses to gain here. And once you gain these awarenesses and learn the lessons that come with it, it starts stabilizing, it starts balancing out. And you don't need a new job for that. You just need to do some of the inner work around that, really going within and like, why is this happening? Why on some level am I attracting this? How is this helping me to attract these situations? What am I learning from this? You can do some Theta Healing work on that. You can also just do some investigation yourself. Be honest. Don't just give an answer to make sure to tick box, like I've given an answer, done the inner work, tick, done. No, what is really required here to go a little deeper. And even when you're doing like some Theta Healing belief work on yourself or something like that, allow yourself to really take more time to get the answers. Sit there, sit in quiet, maybe even meditate on some things. Allow the answers to come up and give yourself more time. If you need to sit 10 minutes for an answer, you sit 10 minutes for an answer. If you need to sit 15 minutes for an answer, sit 15 minutes for an answer. What I'm really being shown here is allow the answers to come from a deeper place within you, because that will give more transformation. And then it will balance out the situation at work and it becomes more stable. If you want to change a job, obviously you can. But it does, like for this specific thing to get more balance, it doesn't seem like you have to. I hope that helped. Okay. Lotus of Serendipity. Hi, Miss Susie. Can I request a message from Mother Mary, please? Blessings for Easter. Is there anything specific you'd like to know from Mother Mary? Okay. If you guys are not specific in your questions, the answers can be very broad and it might not be what you're looking for. So if you want to have a specific answer on a specific thing, make your question specific. Yeah? I'll just do a general for you, but just be aware of that. Okay. Okay. The message here for you, it's a beautiful message. The message is, love yourself as you love others. You're very good at loving others, but sometimes you're very firm with yourself and maybe a little bit self-critical and have very high expectations. Well, for others, your energy is very loving, is very much there. So what I hear here from Mother Mary is like, love yourself as you love others. Okay? I hope that resonates with you. Okay. Manti, hi Susie, I sent a message. Kindly respond to it, of course. Okay, let's have a look for you. Yeah. So the question was, I'm not able to sleep at night and get anxiety or panic attacks sometimes. What's the reason behind my sleep disorder? When will I be able to maintain consistency in my life? Okay, let's have a look. Manzi, when I scan your energy from creator's perspective, it feels like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. There's very high expectations, and it's like this constant strive for perfection. And the moment you don't reach perfection from your terms, it's almost like you haven't done it right, you're not good enough. That's kind of the energy that's coming up. And what Creator's showing me is like, let go of, or try to let go as much as you can of all the expectations you're putting on yourself. Because you can do something 95% well, but if you don't hit that 5%, it's almost like you haven't done it right at all, you have failed. That's the way the energy is. And it's like Creator is asking you to reverse the way you're looking at this. Instead of the bits you haven't done well and therefore you failed, Creator is showing me, like, what about the 95% you have done? What about the great things you have been doing? What about everything you have achieved? You put that in the shadows. Take that out of the shadows and put that into the light. Go and look back and make a little list of all the things you have done, all the things you have achieved, all the actions you have taken. Because you have achieved a lot. You're not allowing yourself to see it. You're blocking yourself because you have such high expectations and everything needs to be preferably 1,000% perfect. And Creator is really like, allow yourself to see everything you already achieved, the growth you have been going through, because you have been going through a lot. And that will allow things to shift. You will be able to see the positive, therefore you're drawing in more of the positive energy, and it will start lifting you out of the negative energy. So instead, like, whenever you think something negative, say, cancel that energy and think about something positive. Allow more of that positivity to come in, so you are the only one that can get you out of this space. You're the only one that can do it, and if you want to do it, focus on the positives. Allow yourself to look at, hey, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. That's fantastic. I all the time don't reach stuff that I really want to reach. But I'm not blaming myself for that. I'm stopped being critical, because my visions go so big. They're like, okay. And I just know that maybe if I reach 5% of the visions that I have, I can be really proud. And I am. I'm even proud of the 1% that I reach, because it's an action I've taken again. Try to, like, can the Creator show you what it feels like to let go of the disappointment or of the heavy energies and focus on every single step you've set in a positive direction, every single step you've set in the growth, every single step you've done to empower yourself or others, or every single time you have loved, and what that feels like. Would you like to know that that's possible and that's allowed? And what it feels like to love yourself, and it's allowed to love yourself. Let's complete any vows, those energetic contracts that you need to be in a downward spiral. Let's complete it through the Creator and show you what it feels like to be happy where you are and to raise yourself up into the upward spiral without expectations. Yeah. But just from a place of being, from a place of joy, from a place of love, from where you are and the steps you're taking forward. What that feels like. How to be proud, how to be grateful, and that it is safe to be that way. Without the fear of feeling that you fall behind. Without the fear of being a disappointment. Yeah. And anybody else who wants that can also, of course, say yes to these energetic downloads. Okay. So all of this is just that little shift. And that will help with the things that can help really well with the things that you highlighted. But again, we're not doing any medical advice. If you feel like you need any medical advice, a doctor or something else who is specialized in these things is recommended. Yeah? Okay. I hope that helped you. Where are we? Becky Armstrong. Hi, I've just worked on myself and I wondered if you could scan me to see if there's anything left to clear. It's was about being stuck with my power. Thank you. Okay. It's actually Bex Armstrong. Sorry for that. Just being clear to everybody. when we work on our belief system, it's like an onion, right? Every time we peel a layer of that onion left. Now, I've been doing that for years. And sometimes people, even when I teach, people ask me, do you still have stuff to clear? Yes, I do. Why? Is every time when you clear certain things, your energy kind of grows and you're going outside of your comfort zone. And there are new obstacles, there are new beliefs, there are new things that are being triggered. So it kind of keeps going. And it's not about making sure everything is clear. It's about enjoying the journey. Every time something comes up, we can look at that belief, we can shift it, we can clear it, and it can move on, and the energy can flow a little more. So it's really about staying nicely in balance. You can see it a little bit. I use the garden analogy. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I will probably make a separate video for people who are interested around this, around theta healing and the garden analogy. Like, limiting beliefs are like weeds in a garden. You need to maintain them. You need to keep on top of them because otherwise weeds can go a little bit out of hand. So when we do some regular practice, things can get really tidy and stay tidy. Yeah? Okay. So Bax, I will have a look for you. It was about being stuck in my power. Thank you. There's quite a few more things to clear, but the session you've just done is complete. And what I'm being shown is like whenever you feel like another belief pops up, or whenever something gets a little bit like more challenging or a little bit more dense or out of balance, that's the next time. Or when you intuitively feel like you need to do a little bit more around that, that's the next session then. For now, it feels like you can really do with like a shower at some point today to really rinse off that energy. Actually, what does come up, it feels like you've been working in like either ancestral line or past life, and just feel like the time you went back to, like the energy you connected there, just double check if they need anything else. And if they need anything else, give them a few downloads around that. Yeah. Besides that, it feels nice. And you know what I also hear? Like your spiritual team is like, thank you for the work you've done. It's really nice to be listened to. And it's really nice that you're moving forward and have this commitment towards doing the inner work and growing yourself. So that's just a message from your spiritual team. I hope that helped. Well done on doing the work. Hamal, you're very welcome. I'm glad it resonated. Anika Tim. Hi, do I have some physical problems with my, I think it's calf, it says CLAF, but I think you mean calf, whilst running. Can you have a look what may be behind it? Thank you so much. We are not doing any diagnosis. We're not doing anything in that medical area. So if you want to have somebody really knowing like what is going on, you want a diagnosis, we advise you to go and see like a specialist in that direction. I can have a little look in terms of energy, what kind of topics I see like emotionally or energetically linked to it. Okay, is that okay with you? Okay, let's have a look. Like when I scan your energy, it's like you're overdoing it. The body wants to be listened to, your calves wants to listen to, and it feels like you are pushing the boundaries a little bit whilst your body says, hey, take it easy on me. It's a bit too much. So the question is, why do you keep pushing whilst your body says it's enough? And what I'm also hearing, this is not just you, there's quite a few people on this call or watching this who actually have a similar situation. They keep pushing whilst their body says, hey, stop, it's enough, I need rest. So maybe that's something to really go and sit, like connect to your heart, like take a couple of deep breaths, connect to your heart and ask, like, why do I keep pushing whilst my body says it's enough? When my body says it's enough, or if my body says it's enough, what do I need to be able to listen to my body? And this is in, like, for you, it's a physical thing. For somebody else, it might be a mind thing, or it might be somewhere else in the body where it expresses. The Ziladians, the Starseed that I channel, said at the beginning of the year several times, people need about 5 times as much rest as they believe they need. That's also something to keep in mind because there's so many energetic changes. And then what I do also see is there is exercises that you can do whereby you can really still get the exercise you might desire without needing to put pressure on your calves. I hope that helped you. Bless you, Miss Susie. Makes a lot of sense to me. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Next one is Sparks 11. Hey, Susie, can I ask for any advice on making decisions when feeling in change and transformation? Yeah, let's have a look. There's a lot of change, there's a lot of transformation going on at the moment for everybody in the world. The main thing that comes up is, like, avoid the resistance. If you feel yourself going into resistance, it's like a red flag. You need to look into that. Why do I have the resistance? Why am I resisting change and transformation? Okay. Now, this might sound a bit contradicting, but it isn't if you look at it from a deeper level or from a higher perspective. Then, so the first is, like, why are you resisting? And then the second thing that's being shown is not everything has to be fixed right now. Meaning sometimes things just takes a little bit of time to be fixed, to be changed. And you need to allow for that space and time for the process to unfold. Now you still need to clear the resistance for then the change to unfold and the transformation to take place. What else? Okay, and the third thing I'm being shown is for it to really go easier, to allow the change to happen, to allow the transformation to happen in an easier way, is focus on the things you really enjoy. Focus on the things that bright you up, that light you up, that bring some fun in your life. Allow to go outside of your comfort zone. Try new things. It's really the time for that. It's the time for that on a global level. So instead of being fixed in your comfort zone, allow yourself to explore, to venture out, to do things outside of your comfort zone that you're excited about. And for some people, excitement is like this. And for some people, excitement is like, yeah, I might give that a go. So excitement is not always super overwhelming or extensive or like out there. Everybody has their own level of excitement, and that's okay. So if you've intuitively drawn to something like that, then go for it, because that will really help with change and transformation to take place. The moment when I signed up the most clients, every time, is when I go on holiday, because that's when I let go, when I trust, and it just flows. I'm in my zone, and bookings come in without taking any action. And usually that are the high-paying clients, the bigger packages. So sometimes it's also about letting go and doing the stuff you really, really like. Yeah? Okay, I hope that helped. Okay. Harshit Sharma. I've submitted the question before the session, the same name. Let's have a look. Okay, the question is, I have very severe right lower abdomen cramps and lower back pain 10 days before periods from past 6 years. How can I recover from this pain and by when will I recover? Okay, first of all, as we said before, we don't diagnose, we don't give any medical advice or anything like that. But I'm willing to just have a look into your energy field and let you know what kind of emotional links I might pick up. Yeah? Hmm. Okay, when I scan you, there's some really old energy. This is not your energy, this is ancestral energy. Old ancestral energy that it's like a woman needs to suffer. A woman has to endure pain in order to be like, okay. And this might it might not be relevant with the age you are. It might be, it might not be. But like the belief that's still there is like, for a woman to be fertile, a woman has to be able to endure pain. That's like a subconscious belief um, that I'm picking up from the energy that links to this kind of pain. And then you said there was some back pain, right? Lower back, yeah. Lower back tends to link to like abundance challenges or sometimes money challenges. Now, money often links to self worth. So, what could really be helpful is like looking at how can you increase your self worth, and that doesn't mean has to be money coming in. It means what inner work can you do to value yourself more, to appreciate yourself more. Um, and I'm going to leave it at that for now. This is a starter. And I hope, like, a lot of this is just like sitting with it. You might want to watch the replay for this. Look at the time. We're 27 minutes in. So I think we started 25 minutes in with your question. Watch the replay for it and really sit down and feel into these things. When you start feeling into these things, you start clearing some of that older energy that can then be shifted and let go. And things like this can have very good results on the body. Yeah. Give that a go. See how you're getting on. Be honest with yourself. And then if you have another question, then feel free to come on another Monday session and ask your question. Yeah. Okay. Can the creator show you? Let me do a Theta Healing download for you. Can the creator show you that you are empowered, what it feels like to be empowered, to bring your body back in balance, to let the energy flow freely in your body in a balanced way, and that is allowed without needing to create or hold on to blockages or obstacles, to be able to prove yourself, to be able to show your right of being a woman and being a fertile woman. Yeah. Can we shift that energy now? And anybody else who wants it can say yes to receive the energy too. Okay, that's it for now. I hope that helped you. Okay, Richard. The education process. I will meet my boss at the university in 1 week. I want to participate financially on the scaling because it's my initiative. A new acquaintance will likely support a startup. On the consciousness project, I want to intensify the work on it now and avoid unuseful, unnecessary extra work as good as possible. Okay, let's have a look for you. Let me just go all the way back to. Okay. When I scan this, what I hear quite clearly is let go of the doubt and follow your intuition. Your intuition is there to guide you and never let doubt like consume you or hold you back. So if there's doubt, do some belief work, self-belief work on that doubt. And then what I'm being shown is sit for like half an hour and maybe have some slight music on, like very quiet background music, meditative music, and have one intention, like what's my next step with this project, and what's my next step with this project. You sit for half an hour. You can connect to create energy if you want to. You're not going into solutions or answer anything like that. You just sit. And then you might have some ideas coming in. You just sit. You might have more stuff coming in. You just sit. You might wonder a little bit. You just sit for half an hour. Set a timer. And after the half an hour, there will be a lot more clarity. When you get distracted, then go down one path and don't allow yourself to receive more, like by leaving that space open. You'll be directed in a different path. But if you receive, let that space open. Be open for half an hour. Allow to come in whenever it's meant to come in. After 30 minutes, you will have a lot more clarity. And that's really going to help you. You can do that for each of the 2 projects. Yeah? I hope that helped you. I'm very excited for what's coming through. Yeah. Good. Okay. You're very welcome, Manzi. I'm hoping that's really helping you. But you're welcome. Bex. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Mary Charmaine. Good evening again from the Philippines. I'd love to gain insights how to unlock my own gifts, and I will use them purposely, functionally, and in mission. Not at all egoic nor recklessness. Okay. Hope to be psychic, in other words. All right, let's have a look. So, there's no probably mind tools. I feel pressure to perform duty while being fatigued and tired from defensive mechanisms. I'm tired from the pressure from up. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, gifts open up often when people are ready for them. So it's not so much about taking 1,000 actions or saying, I want this, I want that, I need to do this, I need to do that. It's much more of how do you find the inner balance? How do you find more of who you are? Go within, connect to your heart, ask some questions to your heart, avoid being impatient, and really connect to your intuition. The moment you start connecting to your intuition and start listening to what your intuition is actually communicating with you, take some action regarding to that. When you intuitively feel like this will be really helpful or that will be really helpful, when you start following that, more of the things will open up, but it will take a little bit of time and you need to allow that time. So it's not about like saying demands or saying, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that. It's really about, okay, my intuition is guiding me this way. I'm going to take some action towards that. And I'm doing that with joy and pleasure and fun instead of I had a different expectation and it's not fulfilling my expectation. Shift that energy, let go of the expectations and go with the joyful energy. I'm feeling excited about this. I'm going to do something about this. I'm really feeling guided about that. I'm going to do something about that. When you keep following that, things will open up faster than you might think, and you will be able to hold the space for the gifts that open up, because the consciousness level needs to rise in alignment with the psychic level, with the psychic gifts opening up. If that doesn't happen, things can go significantly out of balance. That's why I love Theta Healing, because you work so much on your level of consciousness by clearing your limiting beliefs. So there's that balance in growth, and that's what you're seeking. That's what you're aiming for for things to unfold smoothly, for things to unfold in a way that feels in alignment. Yeah? So try that out. Okay. Annika, you're very welcome. Okay. Manti asked another question. I'm confused whether I'm slacking or being too hard on myself. How do I figure out? Because I feel I'm lazy. Manti, when everything got too much for me about a year ago, I had a good Theta Healing business. Everything was going well, but it got way too much. It was way too overwhelming. So I decided to, like, I heard the guidance, just stop, take a break. And I stopped and I had so much rest. I laid on the couch, I watched TV, I felt I wasn't productive at all, but I couldn't. My energy wasn't there to be productive. And it took to at least the beginning of this year. It took about a good 9 months before I actually started to feel slightly excited about doing anything. And before that, I even had periods whereby I really took a bit more breaks. So I don't think it's about being lazy here. It's about listening to your body. If you feel like you need the rest, take as much rest as you can. Now, of course, we have responsibilities in life and we need to make sure we deliver on these responsibilities. But outside of that, why don't you let go of the pressure? Why don't you be a little bit more loving towards yourself and listen to what your body actually wants? Now, after 9 months of like almost doing not much at all, that's when I started to get a little bit more excited. And then I heard from the Zaladians, this year is about contribution, so focus on contributing. That's why I started these sessions. That's why more is coming that I'd like to go and contribute. But there need to be a balance as well. And that's why I saw the Theta Healing course last week for the first time again in a while. And I actually started to really enjoy it. I had energy again. It's almost a year later, a good year later. So allow yourself to give yourself the space that you need. And it's not just for you, it's for a lot of people who are watching this. Allow yourself the space to get the space you need, because when you are rested, that's when the creative flow can come back in. And then you can start taking action in that direction. But before that, get rested first. There's a lot of energetic changes happening, and that just might impact a little bit more than that we are used to. Okay. All right. Okay. So I answered all of these. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. I have here, Harshita, you said to let go, but how do I do that? Meditate, connect to your heart, and listen to your intuition here. See what is the right way for you. It will find you. When you allow your intuition to speak through you, to listen to it, then you do it by connecting to your heart and ask yourself a couple of questions. How do I really feel? What do I need to do here? And instead of going in your head, go towards your heart and you start building that muscle of intuition. And when you start building that, more will come through. It's a little bit of practice, but give it a go. Okay, Sparkles 11. Thank you so much. I agree. The letting go and the fun is needed and needing to be brought in more. Thanks, Susie. You're very welcome. Mary Charmaine. Okay, thank you so much. That's very insightful. Pleasure. Manzi, thanks, Susie. You're welcome. Okay, when somebody asks many questions, it's one question per session. So I'm going to let go of the questions when people ask multiple, because I want to give everybody a fair share of my time. Okay, let's move to the questions that have been submitted. Some have been answered already, and there are a few still there. So we're starting with Becky. Me and my Australian partner have always talked about living in Sydney with our family. What are the energies like for this? Is it the right thing for us and the timings? Let me have a look for you. Okay, time will open up for it in the future. It just feels like energetically, not just now. Again, it's your own choice. There's not any advice, but what I'm energetically seeing is like, not just yet. I do see this happening. I do see the energy opening up for it in the future. If it happens, is your choice. The energy will open up in the future, but you will know. You will know when it's the right time. It's quite clearly the signs when it's the right time. So it's like, don't doubt. Really feel into it when it feels right for you, but the signs will be very clear to you when it's the right time. Okay. Then we have a question for Ulku. Susie, I would like to know what's coming up for me in the next few months in terms of travel, money, and health, please. Many thanks. Okay, let me look into the energy, just what's shown by the energy. Okay, Ulku, I get the message. Don't be frivolous. Don't spend frivolously. Be aware of your money and avoid being frivolous. But do things you enjoy. Do things you enjoy yourself and do things with the family that you enjoy as a family. That will bond things together and that will also positively impact the health of the family and the individual people's bodies. Yeah. And then what I'm also seeing is you get very creative on things you can do that actually don't cost a lot of money or are free. And I see some nature, I see some kind of games and other things. You're getting inspired. It feels like two things you're watching online. Yeah, it feels like fun. It feels lighter. And it's also like an awareness is coming in how to really do things, connect, have amazing family times without needing money for that. Okay. That is it for the psychic readings at the moment. What I'm going to do is, okay, the last question here is for Ella, and then we're going to do a connection with this lady and Starseed. Okay, Ella. I would love a reading on my next month's fulfilling and aligned potential steps in career and finances, thriving in work whilst making money in abundance. Let's have a look. Okay, what I see for you is like you're steering it very strongly with your own energy. It feels like when you are focused on something, you're going for it, you're putting the energy into that direction, and that's the direction you will go into. So you will, like, for coming month and for the coming couple of months, you're staring at the direction where you want to go to, as long as you're clear where you want to go. But it feels like you're very clear and you're steering it that way. So yeah, be clear there and enjoy what you're manifesting. There is something else. You are living more of your potential, but you also need to be a little bit patient around the outcomes around your potential, if that makes any sense. Like you're taking actions and it's almost like you've planted a lot of seeds already. Things start growing, but in some areas around potential, the fruits aren't there yet. So you can't harvest, but you just need to be a little patient, keep watering it, keep nurturing it. And when it's the right time, you will step more into that potential you're meant to step into. Some things you're already living in your potential, but other thing, it will be a little bit from now that you're building up the skills and the knowledge and the joy into that. And you will step into that in due course, but it's not quite yet the time. But keep building the skills around it so that you have the right skills whenever that shift is happening. It feels like there is a shift coming. There's no specific timeline. You don't need to push for a timeline. It will happen. Okay, it's linked to stuff that's happening on a global perspective in the world. And when certain things shift in the world, you move more into this next step of your potential. So keep enjoying the path, keep following your intuition, and it will unfold for you. Okay. Now, I said before, that was the last question. Jim, would love to answer your question, but we are towards the end of this. I said that before, no more questions, no more questions. If you want to have this question answered, please submit it through susievalentine.com and I will answer it next week during the live. Yeah? Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to do some Zaladian channeling. And I'm going to connect to this Zaladian starseeds. And then I'm going to allow them to speak through me. Now, if you're here live, you're probably here for a reason. And whatever they have to say or the message to come through is probably like helpful for you. So Jim, even if I'm not personally answering it through psychic readings, the Zaladians do check into the energy and will give information that benefits or that can really benefit the group. Okay. Give me a moment. Who are the Zaladians? It's a starseed that has been connecting with me towards Q4 last year. They are here to empower, guide. They're very much about balance, finding balance in life. Also about how to bring more of the patience, how to bring more of the peace back, how to be more of your true self, stepping into your purpose, all that kind of energy they're very good at. And also how to deal with the bigger changes, the bigger energetic shifts that are happening in the world at the moment. Yeah? Okay. My voice will change, my body language will change because I'm letting their energy come through and I'm kind of stepping back. Just give me a moment to connect with them. Hello, good day. Wonderful to be back with you again. And thank you for your time to listen to what we have to share, like to share today. We're going to share a little bit of information, followed by a brief meditation to shift some more energies and allow a little bit more alignment and peace back into your field. Today we want to share a little bit around how to remain balanced, because quite a few of you have felt lost recently, feel like things are changing and you're losing control in life a bit. You might feel in limbo. You might feel like the ground below you is crumbling. And you have a lack of certainty, a lack of knowing who you truly are. There might be confusion around, why are you on earth? What have you got to do here? Do you actually have a purpose? A lack of clarity around your purpose. Now, what we want you to be aware is that quite a lot of old patterns, quite a lot of old energy might be coming to the surface and you might be experiencing that. Now you might feel, I worked on this already, or I thought I resolved this, or this should have been finished by now. We just want you to know that, yes, you might have done a lot of work on this already, maybe many years ago, maybe decades ago. Maybe you have tried to hide it and never looked at it. Many of the things are resurfacing to be able to fully let go, to be able to maybe test you a little to see where you are in your balance, in your personal awareness, in your level of consciousness. What growth have you got experienced so far? Where are you with your boundaries? Are you willing to set your boundaries? Are you setting boundaries in areas that you don't want to go into? Are you setting boundaries with other people or yourself? And are your boundaries being respected? Then, for other reasons, things can be surfacing again because you're meant to let go a little more. So this is the time to take that opportunity to let go a little more. Don't fight the energy. Allow it to surface and to let go. The moment you fight it, you're gonna make it yourself more difficult. And that's unnecessary and it takes a lot of energy. Be aware, notice, and accept. When you do that, the energy can shift and be working through you much faster and therefore be let go. So patience is important, awareness is important, but then allow yourself the rest and balance, the rest and patience, so things can find harmony within you again. For that, we are going to do a little meditation to give you a little push in the right direction. Also, we invite you to focus on things you have achieved, the work you have done, instead of getting hung up in everything you dislike about what's happening in life already. When you get hung up in that energy, you're lowering your vibrations and you're making it yourself a lot more difficult. When you focus on what you already did do, what you did achieve, you're allowing that energy to strengthen and things will shift a lot easier for you. Never be too hung up on time frames because certain things just take a little bit of extra time. Allow that to be the case. Close your eyes, center yourself in your heart, and take a couple of deep breaths. So you start relaxing. Now feel into the part of the body that you feel is a little more heavy today. Move your focus onto there and breathe into it. and breathe out of it. Beautiful. Now allow that divine energy to come in and align things for you so the energy can flow again. Just witness and notice what's happening. There's not much you need to do. Just be aware. Feel the energy coming in. Witness the transformation in your body in the specific area you're focusing on. It becomes lighter and you feel things shifting. Very good. Energy that needs to be released now. Allow it to release from your body. Beautiful. Keep going. Breathe it out of your body. Well done. Now take a deep breath in and release and open your eyes. Beautiful. Well done in being open for doing some of the inner work. You can do this meditation as many times as you want. Thank you for being open for our message. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye. All right. Thank you for being here. We hope you enjoyed this Lady channeling and a little meditation. If you enjoyed either the psychic readings or this meditation, feel free to press the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can put your questions, submit your questions for next week via susievalentine.com, and we're looking forward to serve you then. Goodbye.